Hey guys, it's Mayor Tiffany Henyard, and this is what it looks like when you pull up on your haters, yeah.
She calls herself the people's mayor, but is Tiffany Henyard really working for the people, or just working the camera? In her latest stunt, she's out shoving snow, but residents are asking, is this real leadership, or just another publicity trick? With mounting scandals, financial chaos, and growing backlash, is this just another distraction from the real issues? Stay tuned, because what's happening behind the scenes might shock you more than any winter storm.
Well, there is more high drama in the village of Dolton tonight, where embattled Mayor Tiffany Henyard is trying.
The chaos in Dolton isn't slowing down. Mayor Tiffany Henyard is at the center of yet another high-stakes drama. Tensions are boiling over, and the pressure is mounting. What's really happening behind closed doors? As accusations pile up and her leadership is questioned, one thing is clear. This isn't just another political dispute. It's a full-blown crisis. Stay locked in, because the latest bombshell might be the one that changes everything. Tiffany Henyard's web of deception keeps getting bigger, and the latest revelations are sending shockwaves through Dolton and Thornton Township. Whistleblowers are stepping forward, exposing hidden truths that could change everything. Taxpayer money, power plays, and secret deals. How far does this go? The cracks in her supermayor image are widening, and those who once stood by her are turning against her. What's being covered up? Who's involved? And will this be the scandal that finally brings everything crashing down? Stay tuned, and don't miss the chaos unfolding in real time. Hey guys, I am Olivia. Welcome to Red Rumbles, where chaos meets the truth. Drama, scandals, and high-stakes battles, nothing stays hidden for long. From explosive political showdowns to shocking revelations in combat sports, we break it all down with no filter. If you crave real stories, raw conflicts, and the kind of drama that keeps you on edge, you're in the right place. Hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications, because the next twist is always around the corner. Buckle up. Things are about to get intense. Tiffany Henyard's rise to political prominence in Dolton was nothing short of impressive. She marketed herself as a champion of the people, promising to bring change, financial responsibility, and a brighter future to the town. With a compelling public persona, Henyard quickly gained a large following of supporters who believed in her vision. But behind the carefully curated image of the super mayor, there were whispers of corruption, deceit, and broken promises. Her political campaign was built on the foundation of trust, a trust that quickly began to crumble as people started to realize that not everything Henyard said aligned with the reality unfolding before them. It was clear from the beginning that her promises of fiscal responsibility and transparency weren't going to be easily fulfilled. As she began implementing various policies in Dolton, things didn't seem to add up. Public services continued to decline, while taxes seemed to rise without a clear explanation.
I'm a private investigator. I've got some books that sit here. Inside I have from the United States District Court, Northern District of Illinois.
Residents started asking questions about where their money was going, and that's when the first signs of a scandal began to surface. Do you think Tiffany Henyard's rise to power was genuine, or do you suspect there was something more behind it? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and let's discuss. The first major issue to surface during Henyard's time in office was financial mismanagement. Dolton residents, who had hoped for a government that would improve their lives, were now left questioning where their hard-earned tax dollars were actually going.
I think you should pay everybody. Is it a reason why you guys are not paying whatever that vendor is?
What was it for?
It was for shirts. That's what it's for.
While Henyard campaigned on a platform of transparency and accountability, the financial decisions made during her term raised eyebrows. The most glaring issue was the sudden and unexplained increase in the town's budget for miscellaneous expenses. It didn't take long for rumors to start circulating that Henyard was using public funds for personal gain, possibly through unreported expenses and extravagant purchases. Reports from local journalists suggested that Henyard had approved city expenditures for personal trips, lavish dinners, and even remodeling her office space, things that didn't seem to benefit the citizens of Dolton in any way. Meanwhile, the budget for road repairs and public services was slashed. Residents began to question why they were paying higher taxes but receiving fewer services. The financial chaos reached a boiling point when an anonymous whistleblower provided a series of documents showing that Henyard's office had been involved in dubious financial dealings. Public meetings were held, and city council members began to voice concerns about Henyard's spending habits.
15 months after our first WGN Investigates report on questionable spending by South Suburban politician Tiffany Henyard, it appears she has been forced off the ballot.
But Henyard refused to take responsibility, instead blaming the city's financial officers for any mistakes. Could this be the start of something much larger? Were these just simple mistakes? Or was Henyard taking advantage of her position to enrich herself? As Henyard's time in office wore on, the financial mismanagement wasn't the only issue to raise concern. Behind the scenes, a much darker story was unfolding, one that involved power struggles, backdoor deals, and secret alliances. Henyard's political rise had not come without its fair share of compromises, and the price of power in Dolton was about to be exposed. Henyard, in her quest for dominance, had quickly learned the importance of making deals with the right people. She struck alliances with local businesses and developers, offering them lucrative contracts and support in exchange for their backing. It wasn't long before accusations of corruption began to circulate. At the heart of these allegations were multiple development projects that seemed to benefit only a select few, those close to Henyard, of course. There were claims of sweetheart deals, with companies getting city contracts without going through the proper bidding process. Was this just the way politics worked, or were these backroom deals a violation of the public trust? What made this even more troubling was Henyard's refusal to acknowledge any wrongdoing. Instead of addressing the concerns head-on, she continued to push forward with her plans, disregarding the voices of dissent. She seemed to believe that as long as she held the support of key figures, she could do no wrong. The web of political connections and power plays continued to grow, and as the months went by, it became clear that Henyard wasn't just a leader. She was a strategist, maneuvering her way through the system to secure her control over Dolton's future. But would her manipulation be enough to shield her from the consequences of her actions? Were these power struggles and backdoor deals just part of the political game, or was Henyard taking things too far? Drop your opinions in the comments below. As the political web continued to entangle those around Henyard, the walls began to close in. It was only a matter of time before the truth came crashing down on her administration. New revelations surfaced that sent shockwaves through Dolton, and the truth was far worse than anyone could have imagined. Documents began to surface that revealed Henyard's involvement in covering up major financial discrepancies. The city's books, once thought to be in order, were found to be riddled with errors and omissions. Worse yet, several city contracts had been awarded to companies with ties to Henyard herself. The most shocking discovery, however, came when former employees of the mayor's office stepped forward, claiming that they had been pressured to falsify records and hide certain transactions. According to these insiders, Henyard had gone to great lengths to conceal her financial mismanagement, even going as far as threatening whistleblowers to keep them silent. But despite these revelations, Henyard remained defiant. She dismissed the claims as politically motivated and accused her enemies of trying to tear her down. She maintained that she was still the right leader for Dolton, even as her credibility began to erode. Could these lies and cover-ups finally be the downfall of Tiffany Henyard? Or would her ability to control the narrative allow her to weather the storm? As more details about Henyard's lies and corruption were exposed, her support began to waver. Former allies who had once stood by her now found themselves questioning their loyalty. The very people who helped her get elected were now stepping forward to denounce her actions, one by one. City council members, once vocal in their support, began to distance themselves from the embattled mayor. Whistleblowers came forward with further details about the extent of Henyard's manipulation, and the town of Dolton was left in a state of shock. How had they been so easily deceived? But despite the growing backlash, Henyard refused to go quietly. She continued to fight, insisting that she had done nothing wrong and that all the accusations against her were baseless. She remained convinced that she could hold on to power and ride out the scandal. Yet as more people turned against her, it seemed increasingly likely that Henyard's time as mayor was running out. The question now was, would she step down willingly, or would she cling to power until the very end? Do you think Henyard will be able to hold on to her power, or is this the beginning of the end for her political career? Leave your thoughts in the comments. Thanks for tuning in to Red Rumbles, where we bring you the most explosive stories and the drama that keeps you on the edge of your seat. Tiffany Henyard's rise and fall is just one example of the chaos we cover, and we'll be keeping an eye on how this story unfolds in the coming weeks. Make sure you subscribe, hit that notification bell, and stay up to date with all the latest news and shocking revelations. Until next time, keep your eyes open and never miss a beat in the world of politics, scandal, and drama.